Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games, and today I'm playing Slay the Spire. Today on Slay the Spire, we are doing what I call the Post-emptive challenge. This is where I must skip the first turn of all combats. On the first turn, the only thing I'm allowed to do is click the end turn button. We've done this challenge once before. The Watcher won this challenge, and the Silent made it to floor 21. The Watcher won on Ascension 1, and floor 21 with the Silent was on Ascension 2. So I'm going to try to beat that personal best. We've never played this as the Ironclad, so I'm going to start with the Ironclad. And of course we're going to ratchet up the Ascension level. I think only to level 3, because I believe this challenge is quite difficult. So I'm going to try to beat my personal best, and I'm going to be a little bit conservative, going on level 3, Ascension level 3 to do that. I do think that the Ironclad has a good chance to win. The Ironclad has healing, and if you're skipping the first turn of every battle, you're probably taking damage. So having the ability to heal is really nice, rather than having the ability to avoid damage via cards that we don't get to use on turn 1. So then, firstly, what do we do? Of these 4 options, this is one of the few times in my challenge runs, I guess, where I'm allowed to pick the last option to trade my starting relic for a boss relic. However, my starting relic is pretty good when we expect to take damage. So I'm going to keep the starting relic. As for the other options, we are being forced into going to an elite relatively early. And going to an elite relatively early could be bad. I am going to go for that one, which means we're going to go here. And that means we have a very early shop. A very early shop makes me want to obtain a curse for 250 gold, so that when we go to that shop, we have enough money to buy a good relic there. So let's do that. We got the Parasite Curse. Very annoying, because if we remove it from the deck, we lose 3 max HP. However, I'm still incentivized to remove it. Losing 3 max HP is much better than having a curse. Now, as mentioned, according to the challenge, I must skip the first turn of every fight. I would have loved to play Bash Strike there, but no doing. And because we skipped the first turn of this battle, it's kind of important to play all of the strikes that I can. It would be nice to defend here, but I don't think we can afford it. If I hit with 3 strikes this turn, that's 18 damage. Plus, if I get Bash and Strike next turn, that's another 17. 17 plus 18 is 35. That's still not enough to defeat the Cultist here. So I think we have to ignore our defend. Just take more damage. Now, I am definitely going to play Bash this turn. Do I feel like I can play a defend, or must I play a strike and take even more damage? If I play the defend, we're taking 9 damage here. If I play the strike, we're taking 14. If I play the strike, then the only thing I need to do to win next turn is draw 1 strike or defend card. If I play the defend, I have to draw... Wait a minute, why did I say defend? I have to draw 1 strike or bash card. If I play the defend, I have to draw 2 strikes next turn. I think the chance of drawing 2 strikes or a bash is very high, so I'm going to play that defend and take a little bit less damage. Great. Oh, and we got a blood potion. That's excellent, because we know we're taking damage. It is a guarantee that we will be taking damage in this run. Other than that, basically anything that's good to put in the deck is good to put in the deck. There's no deck restrictions in this challenge, and I can't think of any card that would be bad to play. I am looking at that Dark Embrace. I do like Dark Embrace. It's unupgraded, and it doesn't really do much unless you have other things, but Dark Embrace can be a very powerful card to play with on the Ironclad. I think I'm going to pick it up. It's not what you want to draw first, but I didn't really like the other two options. Alright, well, we could pick up a Prismatic Shard immediately. That's pretty interesting. There's the Duvu Doll, which basically just gives us 1 strength, and it would take almost all of our money. There's the Blue Candle, which doesn't really do much for us. And then there's cards. The cards are not bad. I do like Disarm a lot. I do like Feed a lot. The Feed is expensive. And of course I want to remove cards, particularly that curse we added to our deck. Let's start with removing the curse. So curse gone. Next, I think I'm going to take the Prismatic Shard. Let's go. Prismatic Shard, let's have a crazy run. And now that we have a crazy run, the fact that I added Dark Embrace to my deck is probably not as good, unless we get Shivs. Shivs with Dark Embrace are excellent. And I do really like that Disarm. It works with the Dark Embrace, and it's a pretty good card overall. Let's take it. Burning Pact is also good, but I don't think I can handle it right now. I need more cards that deal damage, and Burning Pact costs energy, does not deal damage, and I don't know what I need to draw with it yet. I might take it if I hadn't already taken the Dark Embrace, though. So, well, let's get some of our max HP back. How about that? And we can buy potions. This is pretty nice. We have 1 good potion. Having more potions would be quite nice. I think I'm going to buy 3 potions because I would definitely buy 2, and it's only 10 more gold to buy 3. That means we get to pick the best 2 to keep. Such as not the Snecko Oil, the weak potion and the skill potion. You can have your Snake Oil. I don't believe that potion does much of anything. Alright, skip the first turn. We took 8 damage from skipping the first turn, and this creature is hurting us. I think we strike this one and defend. Try to take a little bit less damage. Because we are weakened, it does take 2 strikes to defeat that, or 1 bash. I guess 1 bash this time. We've taken 11 damage in this fight so far. And we can win this turn. Great. Strike. Oh no, we're weak. We can't win this turn. Darn. In that case, we're going to take 3 more damage. Strike, strike, win. Alright. Our health is going down, but it's not going down very fast. Part of that is because we've only been in 2 fights. So, Dramatic Entrance is fine. Flurry of Blows is quite bad when we don't have the Stance cards. Pressure Points is interesting, but it's pretty bad. It's even worse when you're playing with Prismatic Shard than when you're just playing as the Watcher. I like Pressure Points, but the problem is you need more Pressure Points, and we are pulling from all 4 of the colors plus colorless cards. The chance of seeing more Pressure Points is incredibly slim. So I guess I'm taking Dramatic Entrance. It does deal damage. It's not my favorite damage dealing card, but we kind of need a damage dealing card here. The fact that it's innate is pretty bad because we don't get to play it turn 1. But we do get to play it whenever we do draw it. What are we going to smith, though? If we smith Dramatic Entrance, it does 4 more damage. That's kind of nice. The only problem is We don't get to draw it the first round through the deck. Dark Embrace being smithed is always good. That makes it one less cost. But I think we really do need damage right now, and I guess the best smith to get more damage is Bash. Our deck does not look great. I don't feel comfortable about this elite just yet. Alright, skip the first turn. They're just hexing me on the first turn. That's not too bad. I'm weakened and frail. Weakened means that I cannot take out that little slime. And I'm going to remain frail. I think that's what I think what that means is I play strike. So next turn I won't be weak. I can defeat that with a strike. And we defend both the times. Where's my Bash? Was it in my opening hand? It must have been in my opening hand. So, strike. If Dark Embrace was smithed, I would play it right now, but we did not smith it, so we won't. And there's Bash. Bash plus Dramatic Entrance wins. Discovery. Discovery is quite nice. The upgrade to it does not exhaust. I do like Discovery. Deflect and dodge and roll. I don't know about those. Let's take Discovery. We're going to have a very colorless deck, it seems. Let's go. I'm happy with a colorless deck. Ooh, and we got exactly the elite that I wanted, except that we drew Dark Embrace first, so we don't get to play it. We have to end the turn, which means I don't get to play Dark Embrace the first time through, which is very sad. I am going to use my skill potion here. Should I see what's in Discovery first? No, let's use the skill potion first. I could go power through, add even more wounds, more status cards to the deck. I don't know if I like that. Havoc is not a whole lot better, just plays a card from the top of the deck. I guess we play power through, because it gives us block. And what does Discovery have in it? Shockwave is not bad. We have another power through, which I'm not going to take. And then there is a lot to be said for Perfected Strike here. It does do a lot of damage. And only the vulnerable from the Shockwave will hit. Although that vulnerable is nice. What's in my deck? Yeah, that vulnerable is nice. I think I want the Shockwave. So, we play Shockwave, we play Power Through. I'm going after the rightmost one, and then one defends fully this turn. Now, we can bash. We can bash or we can strike it 3 times. Striking it 3 times doesn't kill it. But is that worth it anyway? Because I don't really need the 3 vulnerability on it. Let's just make sure that it goes down fast. I think at the end of the day it was the same, because it dies from 1 strike. 1 strike. Well, we finally drew our Dramatic Entrance. Unfortunately, we still have not drawn the Dark Embrace. We drew it turn 1, which was really unhelpful. I was really looking forward to playing Dark Embrace in this battle. I guess we'll play it now. But it could have been so good earlier because it works with the daze that the enemy gives you. It does not work with the wounds, though. We're creating those wounds ourselves. I guess we play the 3 cards we can. I would like to just have a deck that does more. It'd be very nice to have a deck that does more. Where am I putting this disarm? Probably on the one that I'm not attacking currently. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, we got the defend. Great. Hello, Debbie. Welcome to the stream. I do like this challenge. It's an interesting one, and it is difficult. So I cannot defeat the right one and play a defend. I wonder if I want to play another wound. I guess maybe. Or another power through, get more wounds. We have so many wounds. Save 3 instead of the defend? I don't know. Okay, we're going to play bash on this one. And then I'm either going to play power through or defend. Power through saves me 3 more life this turn. But it does add more wounds to the deck. I think we're going to do that. We do draw a lot. Although drawing a lot of wounds does not help you. Alright, you are down at least. Now we just have the last sentry, which has 2 less strength than normal. Then defend strike. That's the best we could play. There's a bash. And we could win this turn. We did. Great. Alright, all told, that went pretty well. I guess I will take the snake oil this time. Now then. What cards are these? Oh man. What do I play from these? The Streamline gives me damage. I have said that I really want damage. I guess I take it. Normally I think I would take a charge battery here, but I really do need the damage. And it's surprising to take it from the Defect cards rather than the Ironclad cards. Let's go. Alright, our first relic is a Sundial. I'll take it. Sundial gives us energy every 3 times we shuffle our draw pile. That's a little bit better when we have Dark Embrace, because Dark Embrace draws lots of cards and shuffles our draw pile more. I think it's time we smith either Dark Embrace or Streamline. More damage or cheaper card. I think the Streamline is more important. Let's get more damage on that. Alright, the Fungi Beasts. Skip the first turn. Take 12 damage. So my choices here, I've got a lot of choices here actually. One of them is playing Discovery and seeing what we get out of that. Let's do that. Corruption is pretty interesting here. It would be 0 cost. 0 cost Corruption is quite nice. Let's do that. We don't have a ton of skills in the deck, but this does make the skills cost 0, which is nice. The Dark Embrace. I would love to play it, but I feel like we need to play that Streamline. Let's play the Streamline. We'll get back to the Dark Embrace, hopefully. We got back to it, but I'm still not going to play it. Not in that battle, anyway. So then, in the deck that we have, depending on anything that is specific to the Watcher, like Scry, is pretty bad. Headbutt is okay. I like Headbutt. Is it Headbutt or is it Whirlwind? I like them both. The Sundial makes me kind of want to choose Whirlwind. And honestly, the prismatic shard makes me kind of want to choose Whirlwind. Let's go Whirlwind. Alright. And of course we obtain the golden idol. The question is, what trap do we trigger? We might want to use the blood potion now. Yeah, let's use the blood potion now. Heal ourselves right now before we lose 6 max HP. Because the blood potion is 20% of your max. Ooh, and we get to upgrade a card. Let's upgrade Dark Embrace finally. Really want Dark Embrace upgraded. The Red Slaver. We have to skip the first turn. Don't forget that. Skip the first turn. And... ooh, this does not look great. I guess defend, defend, strike is what I'm doing. This turn is why that turn did not look great. I guess we do want to defend. Defend Streamline. And then the Whirlwind doesn't win. Ouch. The Whirlwind not winning here is bad. Let's see if Discovery can save us. Discovery gives us Ghostly Armor. It also gives us Flex, but that still doesn't win with the Whirlwind. So let's get Ghostly Armor so we can block for most of this damage. And then Dramatic Entrance and 2 strikes still doesn't win. Let's play Dark Embrace, and then Dramatic Entrance so we draw a card off of it. It was a strike. That was the worst option. But Streamline at least ends this battle. Alright, glad we used the Blood Potion. We could enter Wrath with Crescendo. That's not what I want to do. Drop Kick works with Bash, and that's it. And then Compile Driver is 1 more damage than a strike. That's pretty bad. Alright, skip these. And I think what I want to do here, one option is resting, which is a real option, but let's smith. I want to smith Disarm. Disarm is really good against Hexaghost, who we're fighting next, and healing is not good against Hexaghost. Hexaghost's second turn depends on your max health when you enter the battle, and you want that to be as low as possible for Hexaghost to deal as little damage as possible on the second turn. Anyway, we skip this turn. And then 18 damage coming our way. Let's use our weak potion. Now it's only 12 damage. I do think we really need to play Streamline so that we can deal damage in this battle. But then I think the defend is better than the strike. Alright, Disarm. That's excellent. Now the Hexaghost does very little damage. Do I want to defend for 2? No. Let's keep striking. There's Dark Embrace. That does something. I still don't care to defend for 2, but we do have the extra energy from the Sundial, so no reason not to. Alright, Discovery, what do you have for me this time? It has Fire Breathing. Very nice. Fire Breathing deals damage whenever you draw a status or a curse. The burns that the Hexaghost gives us are some of those. So we'll play the Fire Breathing. That means any future burns we draw burn the Hexaghost as well as us. And then defend for the 5 damage that's coming our way. Do I need to play the Energy Potion? Maybe. Let's do it. Because this fight is going a little bit slow, and I'm worried. So we've got Dramatic Entrance. That drew us a card. And Strike and Whirlwind, I guess, is it. Keep the Bash vulnerability on, and defend. Alright, let's try not to die. We are pretty close to dying, but let's try not to. At least this is only a 1x6 because of the negative strength here. I still feel like I need to defend twice, which means we're getting burn pluses in our deck, which is very bad. The burn pluses could kill me even if Hexaghost does not kill me. So burn plus deals 4, Hexaghost deals 5. We could Whirlwind here for a good deal of damage. There's no reason not to play Bash and Strike instead of the Whirlwind for those energy. Question is, do I play the Defend here? If I don't play the Defend, I'm down to 1 health. Drawing burns could kill me. If I do Defend, then I might not be able to kill Hexaghost next turn. I think I need to Defend. That means I could survive 1 burn. Hey, the burns helped me. Great. So we've made it past the first boss. Adrenaline is pretty nice. Speed is pretty nice, of course. And Panache is just okay. So out of these 3 options, I'm really thinking the Adrenaline or the Feed. I really like both of those cards. The Feed is particularly interesting because increasing my max HP could be very helpful for this challenge because we're guaranteed to take damage, but if we can get more max HP, then we can survive more damage overall. The Adrenaline is just a solid card, though. Let's take the Feed. Slaver's Collar, more energy during boss and elites combats. Runic Pyramid is quite nice. Runic Pyramid works really well with Feed in particular. Runic Pyramid says that you no longer discard your hand. Coffee Dripper and Slaver's Collar both give me more energy. Coffee Dripper means we can no longer rest. I think that would kill me in this challenge. Slaver's Collar gives me more energy during boss and elite combats. I think the Runic Pyramid does it for me. Runic Pyramid can be very strong. Alright, we do have a good amount of money. I'm looking at going here and then probably there, which means let's hit up this shop before we go. So, skip the first turn. We still all have all of the cards from skipping the first turn. Another benefit of the Runic Pyramid. Now, what is my overall plan for this fight? Dark Embrace draws me cards, but the problem with that is I can't fit the cards in my hand. And I can't play all the cards because I don't have the energy to play all the cards. So Dark Embrace might not do much of anything for me this battle. Therefore, I'll just play the Dramatic Entrance without the Dark Embrace, and a couple of strikes. Should have played the Whirlwind for 0 energy there, I think. Should have considered that. So the Streamline is quite nice, and let's see what Discovery gives us. Entrench is not great. Limit Break is not great. Berserk is pretty bad. I guess we could take Limit Break and just exhaust it. Sure. Let's exhaust that. I think that we need to end this fight. And the problem with that is we just don't have the damage to end this fight quickly. I could play the Snecko Oil, and I might play the Snecko Oil in this fight, but I don't think I've gotten to that level of desperation just yet. I might be at it here, though. So the Snecko Oil will randomize the cost of all of these cards. We got Defend costing 0, Disarm, Strike costs 0, and then the rest of them are not so great, which is bad with Runic Pyramid, but I really did need to be able to play a couple of 0-cost cards. That's what we got out of that. Now at least we can draw 5 cards. I think that Snecko Oil did help. Iron Wave is only okay. Empty Fist is just 9 damage. And then Headbutt. Headbutt's just okay. I guess I'll take the Iron Wave. It's upgraded. I really need a better deck than I have. Like, really need a better deck than I have. And I don't know where it's going to come from. Hey, Bird-Faced Urn. Nice. Whenever I play a power, I heal 2. More healing is quite welcome. Alright, we skip this first turn, meaning we take 12. That hurts. Did I forget to play Feed as my final card last battle? I think I did. That's pretty bad. The Dark Embrace could be better in this one. I should consider playing it. I will play it this time. It also gives me 2 health because of the Bird-Faced Urn. And we're going to play that Whirlwind for 0 just so we can draw more cards next turn. We are not being attacked. Good time to play Disarm. And Bash. Bash to put Vulnerable on. So I'm not going to play Discovery this turn, but I might play it next turn. The Iron Wave is pretty nice because it gives me 7 block and deals some damage. And does not give me a Dazed from the Hex. I think we play Discovery here. This draws me a card, gives me a Dazed, and gives me one of these. Normally I would pick Evolve in this battle, but with Runic Pyramid it's not as good. Do we just pick Heavy Blade? Yeah, we just pick Heavy Blade, just so we can play an attack this turn. I do want to play a Defend. Let's play a Defend. Great, not attacking this turn means that we can put on some damage. We are weak, so the amount of damage we can put on is kind of sad. The Iron Wave is the most damage and the most block that we have. Feed does 7. Strike only does 4. So we can't feed this turn. We can definitely feed next turn, though. So let's just play a Defend so we take as little this turn. Guarantee a victory next turn. Because a Strike Feed wins next turn. Also, a Bash Feed wins. And we're limping along. Not what I want to happen. Carnage is ethereal, so if we draw it the first turn, it just burns itself. Chrysalis is... I don't know. It's okay. Do I want to play Chrysalis? Maybe? Seems weird. I'll go with seems weird. Now we desperately need to remove cards from our deck. Desperately. What else can we do while we're here? Unceasing Top will do nothing in this particular deck, because we will never have no cards in hand. The molten egg is really nice, but we can't afford it and a remove, and I just said that we really need a remove. The toolbox, usually really bad in this challenge, actually does something because of Runic Pyramid, so we get to keep that colorless card. I might take the toolbox. We are going to remove a card. I want to remove either a defend or a strike. Probably a strike. Let's remove a strike. And let's take that toolbox. I think the toolbox could be quite good. Flex. Flex is much better with Runic Pyramid. Let's take a flex. And then... hey, we can pay 75 gold to remove another card. Let's do it. Remove another strike. Now then, as much as I would love to smith, I really need to rest. Especially because we have to skip the first turn, which means we're gonna get hit. I could choose not to go to that elite. If I did not go to that elite, I would get two normal enemies before I would get a fire. I really want the elite, but maybe I want the fire more. Just avoid elites this particular act. The way that I'm planning to go, as I said with this elite, brings me to a guaranteed second elite, and we might die if I did that. I really dislike going to no elites though, because relics are great. Let's go to this fire though, and we'll decide then if we want to go to an elite after that. Alright, Dark Shackles, Secret Weapon, or Madness. I like the Secret Weapon. We have to just click end turn the first turn. We did get Flex. Flex is exactly what I wanted to draw this turn. So let's play the Flex. That gives us extra strength. Then we can play Dramatic Entrance. And we could Secret Weapon to get Whirlwind, which does a bunch of damage to all of them. That's my current plan. Do I want to change that plan to block some of this damage? Not really. Let's do that plan. So we get Whirlwind, and we do a bunch of damage this turn. That means that next turn we can start picking these enemies off. Not by a lot, though. Still, we can defeat this one, and we can hurt this one, and defend a little bit. Now we're in a bad situation. Yeah, we are in a bad situation. Do we just die? Is there a way to not just die? The way to not die is Discovery gives us something we really want. Well, Discovery gave us Pummel. That doesn't help me a lot. It gave us Demon Form, which also doesn't help me. None of these options really help me, do they? I guess my best bet is actually Warcry, because Warcry could draw Feed, then we could strike Feed on the right one, and then we would have enough life to survive the left one. So Warcry it is, and we are just hoping here. Well, there goes our hope. Now I think we definitely die. Yep. Alright, well, there goes the Ironclad. Floor 24. It dies in the Post-emptive challenge. That's the best we've made it with the Ironclad so far, but the Watcher won on Ascension 1. We've got to beat that. So, let's try again. I will not play as the Ironclad this time, let's play as the Silent. The Silent, we've run this challenge once before, And how did we do with the silent last time? We got to floor 21 on Ascension 2 with the silent last time. Let's beat that. So for one, we're going to Ascension 3 again. We just died there. Let's get past floor 21. If we get past floor 21, we'll at least set a record for the silent. Also, that would be on Ascension 3, so it would of course be a record. Losing my starting relic is very important here, because the starting relic gives me 2 additional cards at the start of each combat. Getting 2 additional cards in your starting hand does nothing if you have to skip the first turn. So let's lose the starting relic and get a random boss relic. We got Wrist Blade. Attacks that cost 0 deal 4 additional damage. So we want attacks that cost 0 in our deck. I see a very safe route through this act that we may or may not take. We're going to start with that fire. And let's go here to remove a card too. So we have to skip the first turn. That's 18 damage. Ouch. 18 damage. And then the neutralize plus the strike actually takes out this one because of the Wrist Blade. Neutralize makes this damage that we're going to take less, but still significant. And then we should win this turn. Strike, strike. Alright. Took a lot of damage on that first combat. None of these are 0 cost attacks. Flying Knee is okay. It's the only attack here. Let's take a Flying Knee. We need some early damage, especially with the silent. And when I say early damage, I do not mean strikes. Could take Infinite Blades. Instead of removing a card, Infinite Blades would give us a Shiv every turn. That does additional damage. That's an option. Another option is Cloak and Dagger, which gives us a Shiv immediately when you play it, as well as 6 block. Could not take both of those, could not take either of those and a card remove. I think I like the Cloak and Dagger. And then do I want one of these other ones? The Dagger Throw's not a bad option. To make things nice early, it also means that future sneaky strikes that we find could be added to the deck more reliably. Let's take a Dagger Throw. So we spent money, we did not remove a card. Skip the first turn. Unfortunately, all the good cards were in the first turn. I can Survivor to avoid this damage, but it might be a bad idea. How much damage do I have in my deck? It's more now than it was before, though. Let's think about that. Can I afford to play Defend, Defend? I think I can, because of the Wrist Blade. So we play Flying Knee, we play Defend, Defend, and we almost surely win next turn. Dagger Throw, Strike and Strike. Great. Could get another Dagger Throw, but here's a Slice with Wrist Blade. I like that. Let's take it. Ooh, Purple Fire Spirits. Great. Let's give you something. Give you something that I don't care for. Every card in my deck is either basic or common, so I don't really get to get anything from the Bonfire Spirits. They prefer higher rarity cards. I'm going to remove a Strike. The next thing I want to remove is a Defend. We have 16 gold. Do you have anything for 16 gold? You do not. Alright, goodbye, merchant. I'm too poor for your services. Let's smith a card. So smithing Cloak and Dagger gives 2 shivs, which means it does essentially 8 more damage. That's pretty significant. Neutralize applies 2 more weak, only does 1 more damage. Dagger Throw does 3 more damage. I think Cloak and Dagger is the biggest impact card we could smith right now. And then next is probably Neutralize, because 2 weakness is a lot better than 1 weakness. So do I have to go the safe path? The safe path is this way. There is an unsafe path that gives me more fireplaces, and it allows me to go to a second elite. So I could go up this path, or I could go up this path. I think we can take on an elite. Let's go. Skip the first turn, take requisite 10 damage. Worry about this elite that we chose to take. Alright. So, good old Slice, Neutralize, Flying Knee. That does most of the damage there. We also get to block most of the incoming damage. We did get our Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger is excellent. We play that. So that means that we can defeat this sentry with the strike if we want. So I'm thinking we're playing a Dagger Throw, a strike, and a shiv. That leaves us enough energy for a defend. I want to play these cards before I shuffle. I'm going to shuffle when I play Dagger Throw. I want these cards in my deck before I do. And we discard a card. I probably should have played the Dagger Throw a little bit earlier in that turn, but not a lot earlier. I wanted those cards in the deck to shuffle. We do get to luckily defend here. And Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger means that we can defeat this one. And also put on some damage on the other sentry. This fight is going surprisingly well, actually. I'm very happy that we've been able to block almost all of the damage. I think we took 17 damage this turn, this fight so far. 10 of that was on the first turn of the battle. We could not have avoided it. Hey, we got a prayer wheel. Normal enemies drop additional card rewards. Very nice. A backstab is innate, which means it appears in your first turn, and you don't get to play it then. It's still decent though. That's like, why would I not take a backstab if I would take a slice, even though it starts in my opening hand, which means I can't play it immediately? That kind of doesn't hurt the card too much. The other option is Eviscerate. Eviscerate, it's possible to make it cost 0 if you discard enough cards. And the Wristblade does take effect if you make it cost 0. I want the Eviscerate. The problem is we can't really do much with it yet. We have to do more to be able to use it. Do I need to rest here? Maybe. Let's rest. Let's rest once and smith once. We get a tiny chest. You know, a tiny chest is going to do something. It's going to be fine. A tiny chest is okay. I wish it did more right now, though. So we're smithing here. The question is, are we smithing Eviscerate, which adds essentially 6 damage to the card, or Neutralize, which adds 2 weakness? Those are the two that I want to smith. Let's go Neutralize. Eviscerate is the next smith target. So we can't play any of those. We have to end the turn, take 15 damage. Very glad I rested. So we can discard one of these. I hit this one with the most damage because it's the one that's buffing itself. And Cloak and Dagger is great. That wins. Gambler's Brew, very nice. This is the power of Prayer Wheel. We get 2 cards to look at, and you can click this skip button and choose knowing both options. So Prepared is really nice with Eviscerate in the deck. Endless Agony is pretty nice with the Wrist Blade. I think we're going to take Endless Agony. So Wraith Form is pretty nice. It's often a very strong card. Prepared works with the Eviscerate that we've added. The problem with Wraith Form is, what are we doing while we are intangible? I mean, Wraith Form is really good. I just want the Prepared because it works with Eviscerate. Let's take the Wraith Form. It's probably the right choice. Remove a card, lose 7 health. I'll take it. And I do want to continue removing strikes and defends. Because we've put a fair number of attacks in the deck, I'm going to remove a strike instead of a defend here. And then I feel more comfortable going to the left here because of Tiny Chest. Oh, how about that? We even got a random one. That was not Tiny Chest giving us this one. Eternal Feather, very nice. We heal when we go to a rest site immediately. So, skip the first turn, be sad, take 14 damage, and then this hurts. This hurts a lot because he's about to make me vulnerable. I think we block all of the damage that we can and just hit him a little bit. So this turn might be the turn that we play Wraith Form. Because if we don't play Wraith Form, we play Neutralize, and we still take a lot of damage. I think if we played Neutralize, we would take 10 damage and be at 1 health. So let's play Wraith Form. Take only 1 damage, and we should win this fight this turn. Great. Colorless Potion. Not bad. Could take another slice, could take the Prepared that I wanted to before. And these are only okay. Catalyst does nothing in the deck that we have. Dodge and Roll I like, but I'd like it a lot more upgraded, and kind of have too many cards I want to upgrade already. I don't think we're going to be taking anything out of that second pack. So the first pack, we're either going to take another Cloak and Dagger, which is pretty nice, or a Prepared. Prepared also needs an upgrade. Do we take it anyway? If we take it Prepared, I would upgrade it next. And that would make Eviscerate a lot better. Let's take it Prepared. I like the Prepared. Now, is 19 health enough to do this boss? Maybe? We do have some block in the deck. It's not a lot of block, though. I don't think that's enough health. So I think we have to rest. That hurts. I really wanted to upgrade. So we have to skip this turn, which means we have a pretty good chance of taking a lot of damage here. I really can't play Wraith Form, because if I play Wraith Form this early, that loss of dexterity is huge. Ouch. This might be a good time to use the Colorless Potion. Which does what? That didn't do much for me. I guess having a Swift Strike in the deck is good, but it doesn't help me this turn. And this is the turn that I wanted to help. Trip is also not bad. Is Swift Strike better than Trip? Or is Trip better than Swift Strike? I think Trip might be better. Of course, we play Cloak and Dagger. And then Flying Knee just barely doesn't do enough damage to switch him over, which means, do we play the second potion? I think we do. I hate using all of our potions here, but I really want to get through this battle alive. And the potions might be the way that we actually do that. So we can do Prepared. Discard the Flying Knee. Play both Defends. And then do we play the Eviscerate? Eviscerate would do a lot of damage. Oh, the Neutralize we definitely play. The Neutralize makes this enemy weak this turn and next turn. The Neutralize would deal us essentially 2 damage in order to deal 30 damage. Let's play it. Not the time yet for Wraith Form. I think we play nothing else here. Alright, here's Trip. Cloak and Dagger gives us some more damage. And we can actually switch him over immediately. Very nice. The question is always, is this the time to play Wraith Form? I think it is not yet the time. But next time we draw Wraith Form is probably the time. Don't really want to play those cards unless I can be guaranteed to draw a defensive card with Dagger Throw, which I'm not. So let's not play them. Slice, Cloak and Dagger? We don't get to switch him over immediately this time, which means let's block instead. And then Trip. Prepared. We can now play a Cloak and Dagger and an Eviscerate. That's a lot of damage, but I don't know if we get to play a lot of that damage. The Shiv would switch him over immediately, so would the Eviscerate. So it doesn't matter which one we play. Here is where we play Wraith Form. Right? Or do we play Defend, Defend? No, we play Wraith Form here. And we don't play Slice. Actually, I'm thinking about this as if it was a later Ascension level. In this Ascension level, we are healing fully after this battle. So, as long as we win the battle, it doesn't matter how much damage we take. Nightmare. Nightmare. Because we can Nightmare a 0-cost card. We could Nightmare a Slice or a Neutralize, and Nightmare could just do a lot of damage. Envenom also works really well with a bunch of 0-cost attacks. The Burst works with Cloak and Dagger. The problem with Envenom is that, actually the problem with all 3 of these cards is I really want to upgrade them. And when are we going to get a chance to upgrade all of the cards I want to upgrade? I don't know, but we're going to take Envenom, and maybe we will upgrade it. Cursed Key with Tiny Chest is really bad. Tiny House might be good. It might be good. I don't think we're going to fight many elites in this one, so Tiny House might be better than Black Star. I guess so. Let's take Tiny House. Please upgrade something I wanted. Yes, Envenom is one of the upgrades that I wanted. We could take another slice. The other two are pretty good options too, though. I've got Prepared, Dagger Throw, and Survivor that discard cards. So Reflex could be nice. I really don't want a whole bunch of slices. What I want is things that give me multiple shivs. Let's take the Reflex. Drawing cards is particularly good when you're playing with lots of zero-cost cards. I do not want an early elite at all, and I want lots of question mark rooms. So I believe that means that we go to this shop right here, which means this question mark will be a treasure chest. And then we might go up this path right here. Get 3 more question marks. That will lead us here where we can choose whether we take an elite or not. I like that path. Let's take that path. Alright, skip the first turn. Take 14 damage. That hurts. Now then, Envenom. Envenom is not as good in this one as it normally would be, but still. Gotta play what we have. I do like Neutralize here. Unfortunately, we can only hit unblocked damage with one of the strikes. We've got Wraith Form, we've got Eviscerate, we've got Cloak and Dagger. Not the time yet for Wraith Form. Let's discard it. And then we play Cloak and Dagger, and now the question is, do we play Eviscerate? Or do we play Defend? Defend or Eviscerate? We're getting dealt 3 damage. Eviscerate will do 21, take away 3 plated armor, and add 3 more poison. Let's do that. Okay, dangerous turn. Luckily, we do have the Dagger Throw to discard this Reflex and draw more cards. Do we just win this turn? We do. Great. Another Prepared, an upgraded Eviscerate, or an Acrobatics. Kind of like the upgraded Eviscerate. The Acrobatics is also quite good though. It's pretty good with our existing Eviscerate, the zero-cost attacks, and the Reflex. Let's take the Acrobatics. Probably should have looked at this one before I took it. So I said that I liked Dodge and Roll, but I preferred it upgraded. Let's take an upgraded Dodge and Roll. Great. So we definitely slice you. There's no reason not to play Prepared. And then do we play Dagger Throw or Flying Knee? I'm going to play both defense. I think we play Flying Knee. Wait a minute. I just played cards on the first turn there. Alright. I'm going to Save Scum. Save Scum is something that you normally don't want to do. Normally I wouldn't do. But basically, I'm going to reset this battle. And the way that you reset this battle is you close your game and restart. And that'll start the battle from the beginning of the battle, which means I get to skip the first turn appropriately this time. Remember to skip the first turn. I don't want that run to be invalidated because I made that mistake, because I can fix it. So we're fixing that mistake. Sorry about that. And it should... Yeah, there we are. Alright, so we're starting that battle over because I did not skip the first turn. Skip the first turn. There we go. Alright, play the challenge appropriately. That is called save scumming, by the way. That is where you go back to a previous point in the game. You've never heard the term save scum before. Yeah. It basically is... The reason it's called save scum is people consider it like a scummy thing to do, I guess. It's a negative connotation, because normally what you're doing is, instead of playing the game normally, you are going back to a previous save in order to get a better result because you have more knowledge now about what's going to happen. That's not how I used it right there. I used it right there to fix a mistake that I made, essentially a misclick. I misclicked, and I used save scumming to get past that misclick. But it would be much nicer if I didn't do that. And sorry about the need to do that. So I could either play Eviscerate or Defend here. I really kind of feel the need to play Defend, and I also kind of feel the need to play Eviscerate. Let's play the Defend, because I need my health, and my health is going down somewhat quickly. This is one of the few challenges that I have that I can actually fix a mistake like that. But only if I realize it. Only if I realize it very quickly, which I did. So Endless Agony is much better than Slice, because we get double the effect of the wrist blade. I don't really want another unupgraded Prepared. I do want that Endless Agony. Ho ho, this is what I want. Blade Dance, there we go. And here's our chest, promised by the tiny chest. Whenever we add a power card to the deck, we upgrade it. We are going to the shop. And what do we do in this shop? I do really like the White Beast statue. White Beast statue is a very powerful relic. Potions appear in all combat rewards. That's pretty powerful. Because of Frozen Egg, which we just picked up, this footwork is already upgraded. And an already upgraded footwork is quite nice. And I do really want to remove cards, particularly these strikes. The strikes are getting real bad in this deck. Let's take the footwork. And then we can no longer afford White Beast statue. Finisher, is this the deck for Finisher? I guess it is. Yeah. Finisher with 2 Endless Agonies, a Blade Dance, and an upgraded Cloak and Dagger? Sure. Finisher slots right into the deck, doesn't it? Let's go. And then I do kind of want that Deflect, but I also kind of want to save my money. Where are we planning to go? We're planning to go up here. We're going to go to another shop. Let's save our money for the next shop. And in order to do that, I should proceed. This is a difficult battle. Yeah, this is a difficult battle. I guess we will start with ending turn, because that's what we do. Don't make the mistake twice. Prepared can get rid of that reflex for me. I would really like to defeat the one on the left. I have tons of damage. The shivs do 8 apiece. How much damage do I actually have in this hand? I've got 8 times 4. I've got 50 damage in this hand. So let's defeat you. What's the most effective way to do that? Endless Agony, Blade Dance, Shiv, Shiv, Shiv is the most effective way. So Cloak and Dagger is a must here. That's the best card that I have in my hand. The question is whether I'm trying to play Finisher or not this turn. I could defend for 3. I guess no matter what I'm doing, I'm playing Dagger Throw. And discarding that strike. And then I could play Finisher for 18 damage, or I could defend for 3. Let's defend for 3. No choices this turn, but not a great turn. Excellent turn for Wraith Form. Let's play our Wraith Form and essentially not die. Ooh. What is this turn? This turn got a lot better when I drew Blade Dance, right? Blade Dance. Dodge and roll, strike. Alright, we should win next turn. If we don't win next turn, I'll be very sad that I didn't use an explosive potion there. Looks like we win this turn. Speed potion. Speed potion might be good. The main problem here is that 15 health is not enough to survive some of the first turns of combat. Fletchettes, not great in our deck. Accuracy is quite good in our deck. Let's take that. It even has a plus on it because of the frozen egg. Now, we cannot survive basically anything. So we might just die soon. Hello, shop. What can you do for me? I could remove another card. Dark Shackles is quite nice. The rest of it doesn't look great. Caltrops, it's not really what we're going for in this deck. I think Dark Shackles gives me the most survivability, which I need badly. Alright. I'm hoping for a library, by the way. If we land at the library, we can rest in the library and heal. Oh no. This is terrible. The Forgotten Altar. If we had the Golden Idol, we could choose the first option. The second option, we gain 5 max health, then we lose 19 health. We only have 15 health. This would not kill us. This would put us at 1 health. And then we would die the next combat that we enter. However, the other option is getting a Decay Curse, which is really bad. And would also probably end our life. But we would live beyond the next combat, maybe. So here we go, we're getting the Decay Curse. And that event might predict our end. Ooh, we did not get attacked on the first turn of the battle. Very nice. We don't immediately die. And then this turn, we don't immediately die because we have Wraith Form. But if we did not have Wraith Form, we would immediately die. Wraith Form gives us a very short amount of time to win this battle. Because we basically have to win this battle next turn. Our dexterity is dropping. We could play Footwork to increase our dexterity temporarily, but we're also going to be frail next turn. So we need to end this battle very quickly. I guess what we do to do that is we hit this enemy very hard this turn. Should have played the dagger throw before I played the rest of those, just in case it drew something other than that strike. Now, the explosive potion doesn't win this turn, so I'm going to put it off until next turn, I think. Actually, he's defending. Does that mean that I play the explosion potion now? Yes, it does. You're defending, so we put that 10 damage on before the defense goes on. Wait a minute, you healed yourself? Oh, I thought the heal... I didn't realize the heal healed both of them, actually. Played this game for how long, and I didn't know that? So, prepared. Get rid of that decay. Eviscerate defeats you. So we do that. There's kind of no reason to play dodge and roll before that, or survivor before that. Dodge and roll gives me 3 block next turn. And there's 12 damage coming in. Neutralize reduces that. Defend only blocks for 2 now. Discard this reflex. So what do I do? Eviscerate does 21 damage. Even with the explosive potion, that's not enough. If we take damage this turn, we will take 6 damage, meaning that we'll be at 7. I could play defend, and depend on the rest of my deck to defeat the Mystic. I think I have to do that. While the defends still do a little bit. Alright. Depending on the rest of my deck was a good idea, because Finisher does 24 damage right here. Great. Now then, Caltrops is still not what we're doing. I could take tons of dagger throws. Don't think I need tons of dagger throws. I'm thinking about 1 dagger throw, though. Let's take 1 dagger throw, but not both of them. Smiling Mask makes it cheaper to remove cards, which is nice because we have a curse in our deck that we want to remove. So, what we need to do is survive this enemy. We could die on the first turn. We, surprisingly, do not die on the first turn. Alright. Are we still in this? It doesn't look like it, but we could be. The only way for us to survive this turn is if Acrobatics gives us something to do. So far, that hasn't helped. What do we do then? I think I'm going to discard an Endless Agony. We can redraw it. We currently die. The defend only does 3 block. We need something else. In particular, we need this Dark Shackles. Which means I could play Dagger Throw, hoping to get Dark Shackles. That is a very small plan, a very small opportunity. So let me think. If we had Speed Potion, Footwork, and Defend, that would give us not enough to survive. Actually, even if I was not frail, that would not give me enough to survive. So the only possible way to survive is Dagger Throw. Wraith Form would be a way to survive if we could play it, but we can't. So that means we die. Speed Potion, Defend. Endless Agony, die. Alright, so we made it to floor 27 that time. Because these have been quick, I am going to play another one. I'm going to play as the Defect next. But Ascension 3, floor 27 is the highest we got. Let's play as the Defect next. I'm going to keep on with Ascension level 3, even though this has not been very successful. This is a difficult challenge. So we have actually tried this with the Defect once before. The Defect made it to floor 8. So the Defect died very quickly last time we tried this challenge with the Defect. I'm sure we can beat that. We can beat floor 8. Guaranteed, right? Let's go. Maybe not. The max HP might be what I want here. Our starting relic is really nice because it actually does something on the first turn. I can't stop it from doing something on the first turn. The max HP does do something. But is it better to just have a card reward? Let's do the max HP. And what do we have? So most likely, as before, we cannot take out an early elite. I'm going to go here and skirt around that elite. These starting combats do deal a lot more damage than they normally do when you always skip the first turn. When you skip a turn of battle, it turns out that it's harder to win. Defend, please. Zap. We took 1 damage in this battle. That's quite nice, actually. A regen potion, I don't dislike seeing that. I would prefer to see a potion that helps me defeat a battle, but I don't dislike seeing that. Sweeping Beam, Cool-Headed, and Turbo. I guess to start out, I'd prefer a Sweeping Beam. Skip the first turn. Unfortunately, my Zap, Sweeping Beam, and Dual Cast were all in that hand that we had to get rid of. Very sad. So, can I win this turn? Yes, I can. Let's win instead of taking damage. Great. That battle went very smoothly. 0 damage, actually. We could get Storm. Storm does nothing initially, but it has so much potential. I think we'd prefer to get Rebound. Rebound is a way to plan your next turn a little bit. So we skip the first turn, take 13 damage. Ouch. There's no way to defeat one of them, is there? Well, no, I can defeat one of them. I can play Sweeping Beam, Rebound, and Strike to defeat the right one. I could. Either way, I'm going to play Sweeping Beam, so let's start there. And maybe that will make my decision easier. It does not, actually. I will defend. And Sweeping Beam, Strike. Alright, so far we have actually not taken as much damage as I fear we would. I like all of these cards, actually, but I really do like Hologram. Hologram is a very fun card with the Defect, in my opinion. Let's take Hologram. I need something to make Hologram worthwhile, but it's pretty easy to find those. There's tons of those. Skip the first turn, take 12 damage. Ouch. We could dual cast here. Do I want to dual cast here? Not particularly. So this turn, I can rebound, strike, and zap, which will split this slime. Do I want to put the zap on top? I do. The slime gets split, and we have 8 damage coming to us. Sweeping Beam could draw defense. Let's start there. It drew a slimed, not characteristically known as defense. Okay, I guess we play zap, because it doesn't matter which one it hits. Right now, we could play one of these cards again. We could play Sweeping Beam, for example. Sweeping Beam does not win because we are weakened. It's the only reason that it doesn't win, though. Let's play Hologram. And, oh, what about Dual Cast? Dual Cast does 8 damage twice. I like that. Dual Cast. There we go. And then we can defend. Thunderstrike, Reinforced Body, or Scrape. Tend to like Reinforced Body, but I'm really looking for something to make this deck a deck instead of a pile of cards, and I haven't found it yet. Defend, defend, and dual cast for this turn, I think. Wait a minute. Ugh. Messed up again. Alright, you know what? We're going to call that one a loss, because I'm not going to save Scum a second time. Alright, we're going to go with the Defect again, and I'm going to try very hard to actually follow my own rules and skip the first turn of every combat. That one was a loss because I disqualified myself by playing something on the first turn. And we're going to take max HP again and try to do better. Do better means follow the rules of the challenge that I've laid for myself. So I think that this path is probably the best. Skip the first turn. Man, I don't think that I've made mistakes in following my own challenge so often as I have today. Apparently pretty off today. But still. Get a block potion, that's pretty nice. And then we could play Storm. Storm does nothing yet, but it has potential. I'm going to take Equilibrium here. Equilibrium is a card that I don't normally like, but I think it's better than I imagine it is. Remove a card from your deck. Very happy to do that. Let's take out some strikes. Now, skip the first turn. There goes my Equilibrium. Take 12 damage. So dual cast guarantees that I can kill one of these. Like that. And then let's defend the rest. If we play Equilibrium, then we can play Zap dual cast next turn and guarantee a victory. I guess we didn't need that to guarantee the victory, but it was a way for me to make Equilibrium do something for me. Charge battery, rebound, and overclock. Like I had before, I'm really considering the rebound. Let's take the rebound. And we are definitely taking gold right before the shop. Let's take that. 200 gold at the shop. There is a steam barrier for sale. I like that. And I think otherwise I mostly want to remove a card. Removing strikes. Removing strikes is very nice in Defect decks. We'll take the steam barrier, and I think let's take a cold snap as well. I like cold snap. It's kind of a dual purpose. It deals damage at the beginning, and it blocks at the end. What do we smith, though? We could smith Equilibrium for 3 more block. That doesn't seem incredible. We could smith Rebound or Cold Snap for 3 more damage. Or we could smith Zap to make it free. Cost 0. I think Zap costing 0 is the most significant of those. Should I go to an elite? I said that I didn't think that I could survive an early elite because you have to skip the first turn. But I think I could actually survive most first elites at this point. Let's actually try it. Hey, how about that? We got the elite that also skips its first turn. We skip our first turn together. And then Cold Snap right here sets up another orb. Oops, I didn't think about the fact that we were going to wake it up. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. Pretty sure we can defeat Lagavulin. The Equilibrium here is nice. That's a big block card. We can also play Cold Snap to block a little bit more and deal some lightning damage. There's also Rebound. Would I rather Rebound the Zap than play Cold Snap this turn? I think I do. Because if we Rebound... Wait a minute. I'm thinking of a different card than Rebound. I'm thinking of an Ironclad card. Rebound didn't do anything there. Hello, Emma. Welcome to the stream. Let's dual cast here before we play Cold Snap. And Zap. We have Zap, we have Cold Snap. Let's keep putting them in the formation that they are. Every other orb is a lightning orb. Every other orb is a frost orb. And then if I play Rebound, I could put something on top of my deck. I think I would rather have the Steam Barrier on top of my deck this particular time. Just get a little bit more block for next turn. Not a lot more, just a tiny bit more. 3 more, in fact. And we block fully this turn. Very nice. Unfortunately, dual cast doesn't do a lot if the lightning orb is not in front. But we can rebound the dual cast, meaning that it will do something next turn. We could have also just won that turn, to be fair. Duvu Doll, for each curse in your deck, start each combat with 1 strength. I have no curses, so that literally does nothing right now. Auto shields, if you have no block, gain 11 block. Static discharge is also kind of nice. Who's our boss? Our boss is the Guardian. For the Guardian, I prefer auto shields. Let's take auto shields. We have to skip this first turn, which feels real bad. According to my challenge rules, I also cannot use the block potion. I can only skip the turn. So that's 12 damage. That really hurts. let's try to defeat him now that we've taken that damage. So I want to play Cold Snap, Rebound, Dual Cast. That puts the Dual Cast on top, which means we can Dual Cast this Frost Orb for block this turn, which I will do. That way we only took 1 damage this turn. I could have played Defend and not taken that 1 damage. I don't know what I was thinking. Fire Potion, that's nice to find. And we could have a Claw, a Go for the Eyes, or a Turbo. Does this deck need a Claw? I tend to like Claw myself. I'm a Claw liker. But I don't know that it's worth it. Go for the Eyes gives weakness, which is nice. Let's take a Go for the Eyes. And we would die if we went to that elite. So let's not go to it. Let's go to the right. We got a Shuriken. Ooh, that's nice. Every 3 times you play an attack, or every time you play 3 attacks in 1 turn, you gain a strength. So 0-cost attacks are now much better for us. Okay, we skip the first turn. We are not taking damage this first turn. But both of them giving themselves strength the first turn is also bad. I do like auto shields. Let's start there. Main question is, do I need to play a potion this battle? We are going to fight several more battles, and I'm going to have to heal. So maybe the answer is yes. Either way, I'm going to play Go for the Eyes on this one. Let's not use the potion yet. Let's take 1 more damage before we consider using a potion. The auto shields or the equilibrium could block for me. Am I playing dual cast? Yes. That hurts. Now I'm going to play auto shields defend, so I can block all that damage. And rebound the cold snap, meaning that we are guaranteed to win next turn with that cold snap. Great. Ball lightning. Ball lightning works pretty well with our cold snap. I also tend to like chaos, but I really prefer chaos upgraded, channeling 2 orbs instead of 1. And with Shuriken, I'm more incentivized to take the ball lightning anyway. Let's take a ball lightning. Alright, what do we have in this shop? We could take aggregate. Aggregate is a lot worse when you skip the first turn of the battle, because when you draw aggregate on the first turn, it's the best time to draw it. Melter. Melter's kind of fun. It actually works pretty well against the boss that we have this act, because the boss puts 20 block on himself sometimes. Compiled Driver could draw... Ooh. We do kind of have 2 orb types that we play quite frequently. So Compiled Driver could draw cards. And if we take Darkness, that would be 3 orb types. Don't know if this is really a Darkness deck, but I think it is a Compile Driver deck. And once it's a Compile Driver deck, it is also a Darkness deck. Now we must rest here, because we are going to get thrashed in these next 2 battles. Alright, 14 damage on the first turn. That really hurts. And now we basically have to not take any more damage, because it's bad if we do. I want that equilibrium again next turn, so I'm going to rebound that equilibrium. We are about to be vulnerable, which means lots of damage is coming in. Thrashing sounds good. Thrashing doesn't sound good if you're at the end of the thrashing. Don't you want to not be thrashed? I prefer to not be thrashed. Alright. You know, now that we have a dark orb, Doom and Gloom seems pretty good. Also, Doom and Gloom is a pretty good card anyway because it's area damage, which we have none of in the deck. Let's take a Doom and Gloom. And how much damage are we going to take this turn? We are taking 15 damage the first turn. This is probably going to be the battle that I use the Fire Potion. Okay, we did get Doom and Gloom, which is nice, but it doesn't defeat any of these on its own. Auto Shields is quite good. So let's see here. What if we Auto Shields, Doom and Gloom, Steam Barrier? And then we consider the Fire Potion another turn. But this might be the last turn that I can simply not play it. Alright, 30 damage incoming. Can we make that... Ooh, we can do something here. If we... No, because we've got the lightning orb in front. I think we start with dual cast. That did something. Didn't hit him, which is problematic. So now I feel the need to play Equilibrium and Zap, which means in order to survive, we have to play one of these potions. I'm going to play the Fire Potion on the Gremlin Wizard. That means that we survive this battle, but we're only at 8 life, which means we are guaranteed to sleep next turn. Do I want another Steam Barrier? Maybe? Do I want a Cool-Headed? Sure, but not until after I have a second Steam Barrier. So we rest. We've got 32 health for our boss. And we skip the first turn, which means the boss is dealing our health worth of damage this turn. And we cannot flip the boss over because we cannot do 36 damage this turn. So, if we can't do that, what do we do? I think we play Equilibrium, Steam Barrier, and Defend. So we took 8. I want the Dark Orb to be at the back. I want the Lightning Orbs to be in the front. So, Zap, Ball Lightning, Cold Snap, Darkness. We're taking 9, we can defend. Go for the Eyes is nice here because applying 1 weak removes the 3 damage that I took from playing that card. The Compile Driver is really nice. It draws 3 right here. And we block fully, so there's no reason to play Steam Barrier. We can play the Darkness, and we can play Auto Shields. There we go. If I play Cold Snap, will I fully block? No, I will be off by 1 if I play Cold Snap. Do I still play the Cold Snap? I think I do. And we'll play the Steam Barrier now so that we don't take damage. Ho-ho, we got dual cast. This is perfect. Our dark orb is in front. We've got dual cast. We even have another dual cast right behind it, which I don't really want to play rebound to dual cast, because we want to have defense next turn. So let's not rebound anything in the hand. We'll just start with dual cast, and we will play a ball lightning and a strike, I guess, or a rebound. Rebound. Defend, the go for the eyes, and then defend. So we can play ball lightning and not take damage. Do I want to get rid of the dark orb? Sure. Let's use it. Auto shields, very nice here. I could play dual cast to dual cast the frost orb. I think I might want to do that, but I first want to play compile driver. And then, according to what I see here, there's no reason to play dual cast. We can just play cold snap. Equilibrium, defend, and frost blocks completely. I guess we'll do that. I want the dark orb to be in the back, or do I want it to be in the middle? Maybe the back. So, ball lightning first, then dark orb. Do I want to rebound something? I don't. Cold snap, and then compile driver draws me cards. Cold snap, compile driver, go for the eyes, zap, and I can dual cast that dark orb. That will put us very close to victory. Auto shields, doom and gloom. Great. Now, of these cards, what would I prefer? The Thunder Strike is not amazing. We play multiple orb types, not really a whole bunch of lightning. The Amplify does nothing currently. And Machine Learning is kind of always okay. Let's go for always okay. We could take a Busted Crown. If I thought my deck was really good, I would take a Busted Crown. I think it's not great yet. Tiny House is, perfectly fine. Slaver's Collar means that going to elites would be better. But we would die if we went to too many elites, right? Of course, we can die in the normal fights too. Let's take the Slaver's Collar. And let's see if we can make it past Act 2. Haven't made it past Act 2 in this challenge yet today. We've only done that once with the Watcher. So I see Guaranteed Elite relatively early. We do have more energy in elite fights. I'm thinking that we go to this fireplace after one of these two elites. I do like going to shops, so let's go there. And then that will put me on the track to go to that fireplace. We skip the first turn, we take 6 damage. By the way, one of the relics I've been really wanting to see in this particular challenge is Anchor, which which blocks for you on the first turn automatically. Be really nice to have that. We could play Doom and Gloom and Defend, or we could do Defend, Defend, Machine Learning. Either way, I think we're playing a block potion here. Let's do Defend, Defend, Machine Learning, and play our block potion. So we're taking 8 more damage. Now then, there's 26 more damage coming our way. Is there a way to avoid that? Yes, because I have 3 attacks in my hand, so I can knock one of those birds out of the sky. Let's do that. So, knock a bird out of the sky. And then we just take 10, which is still kind of a lot. That right bird is getting very scary too. He's up to 2 strength now. I have 3 attacks again, so I could knock out the right bird. Let's see where the zap lands. Interesting. That doesn't change what I'm doing, but it does mean that you might die. I want to play Cold Snap and then Ball Lightning, I think. Cold Snap, Ball Lightning, and then Strike. We're gaining strength here, but we're also taking a fair amount of damage. Compile Driver draws me cards. I like that. If we play Darkness first, it draws me more cards, but then we don't get to knock a bird out of the sky. Let's focus on knocking birds out of the sky. So we could knock that bird out of the sky, or we could play Dual Cast. I think we knocked it out of the sky. Almost lost half our life in this first combat, but we're done with it. Flex Potion, that could be good. And Claw. Claw works well with Shuriken. It's a 0-cost attack card. Let's take it. And we find some potions. I think the Strength Potion is going to be what I'm taking here. And then we could take an Ancient Potion instead of a Skill Potion. Skill Potion, the problem with Skill Potions is there's so many different types of skills that you can't really use it when you need it. You kind of just end up using it when you need block, and then it might not give you a skill that gives you block. So let's discard it, take an Ancient Potion instead. This Ancient Potion might not be very useful because we skipped the first turn. We can't play it on the first turn. Ooh, I would love to take the kunai here, but too expensive. Seek is always good. A second claw might be okay. Might be okay to have a second claw. Let's take a second claw. And then we cannot afford card remove, so let's take a Seek. Skip the first turn. So here's a place where I might use the Ancient Potion. Right here. So that we don't get dazed. Maybe we rebound Compile Driver. Rebound Compile Driver. And then we draw a Compile Driver next turn as well. And I think I will use this Ancient Potion. So that we don't get dazed this, or really, so we don't get hexed this combat. What could Seek get me that I want? Not much. I think we're going to be made vulnerable this turn. Let's seek to find a Cold Snap. Then we could play Equilibrium Machine Learning. And then we can play Cold Snap Compile Driver. The Go for the Eyes is perfect here. Great turn for Go for the Eyes. We have 2 Steam Barriers. So I think I want a Zap in front. A Lightning Orb in front. And then do I want to play Dual Cast? I do. And then Steam Barrier blocks. We should win next turn. We do win next turn. Scrape. Do I want Scrape? It draws me Zap, Go for the Eyes, Steam Barrier, Claw, Seek. It's not bad. Let's take it. And then our plan is to go here. Although I could go here, go to the fireplace after. But then we would have to fight another normal enemy. Normal enemies are bad. Let's not do that. Well, we have to fight another normal enemy anyway. This is doing me 20 damage first turn. That really hurts. Now, how well can we survive? Go for the Eyes on the Shelled Parasite is essential. We can block most of the damage this turn, but not enough really. This could be where we die. Could be where we die. The only defense I can muster is Cold Snap and Defend, which only defends for 5. That means that I won't have much life. I won't have much life at all. Using the Flex Potion doesn't help me because I can't win this turn. But it would do damage. Do I need a Strength Potion? I think I'm going to play the Strength Potion, because if I'm winning this fight, I probably win partially by playing that Strength Potion. And we are going to damage the Fungi Beast, but not defeat it. Ooh. Ooh, that was bad. I think we just died. We did just die. By accidentally defeating that Fungi Beast. Whoops. I guess I should not have attacked it. In fear of the Lightning Orb hitting it. Alright, well. That was floor 22. I am going to end the stream here. That was several runs in a row that all died on Act 2. A floor in the 20s. Seems like that's a pretty hard challenge, and it also seems like it's very hard for me to follow the rules of that challenge. But there we go. We've won with the Watcher once on Ascension 1, and we tried the rest of them on Ascension 3 this time and made it midway through Act 2, dying to normal enemies. Because the normal enemies do deal a fair amount of damage on the first turn, and what do you do when you're not allowed to defend that? Alright, well, that's it for today. Thanks all for coming, and hopefully we'll win one next time. I at least set some new personal bests for specific characters, if not for the challenge itself this time.